guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's edition, or today's video, as you guys can see, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial today slash get ready with me. So fingers crossed, hope you guys like it. And it's going to be a really simple makeup that I think is beginners friendly. So stay tuned and I hope you enjoy it. All right, first thing I like to do is to wash my face. Make sure my face is really clean and make sure that I have like no product on it. I'm sorry if I'm playing with my hair. I love these braids. They're like freaking one thing I've been using for like a week or so now. I'm trying out the sample size before I buy like the major big ones because I don't want to buy something that is big and then end up not using it. So one of my friends told me about this, by the way, so shout out to you, girl. It's the, I don't know how to pronounce it. I would say Boyans. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's really like sample size stuff. I have their moisturizer, their Omega Repair Cream, and their vitamin C rose oil, as well as their toner. I don't know where I put that right now, but those are the things I've been using now for like a week. And so far so good. They've been doing my skin really good. I haven't had like breakouts or any rash in my face, because usually when I do makeup, new products for skincare, my face get this really horrible rash and dry spells before it gets clear. Right, let's get right to it. Go ahead and prime my face with my Too Faced primer. I don't know what it's called. So I love this primer a lot because it's really nice and very like super nice. So the ones that I used before is like Becca or Dr. Bryant or Makeup Forever. Those ones are like mattifying. But after that, I like to dab with some translucent powder so that way it can stay. If I wanted a dewy finish, I use this primer a lot. And if I want what's it called, a matte finish, I use Becca or Makeup Forever. But sadly, Becca will not be producing some more of their stuff, and I'm really sad. So we just have to go with what we know, Makeup Forever. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to just pat lightly on areas that I know that I get super oily. Just take a little bit too. So everything looks good. It's all back to like Matt's process kind of, sort of. So after that, and make sure that, oh, don't forget to also dab some translucent powder on your eyebrows. Mine get oily, but if yours doesn't get oily, that is fine. You don't have to do the step. You can quickly ignore it. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Sculpting. It looks like this little thing. That's what it looks like. I've used the other one for my lashes a lot. So we're going to move. Going to put, and then kind of just brush my eyebrows up. And I'm going to repeat on the other side. Brushing my eyebrows up. And this helps me control my eyebrow because I have lots of hair on there. Just gonna brush both sides. Hopefully you guys can see this. Once I'm done brushing both sides, I'm gonna go ahead and take my pencil. I use Kiss New York pencil, and this can be found in the beauty supply store. It's not like super expensive brush, but yeah. Next, in the color dark brown, and I'm just gonna kind of fill the under, and because I don't have a eyebrow tail, I'm just gonna give myself an eyebrow tail. So the concentration is real, and it's perfectly okay if you mess up, because concealer is going to do your cleanup work. You're just like giving this outline. I don't know if it's only me that does this, but one of my eyebrows look better than the other one. And it's on the day that I'm like rushing to go somewhere that my eyebrows look amazing. They look phenomenal on the days. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it in where it needs to be filled. I don't do too much to my eyebrows because I already have a lot going on with my eyebrows. So that's all I'm gonna do, and the rest is gonna be done with my concealer, which I'm gonna be using LA Girl Pro Concealer in Chestnut and in Fawn. You're gonna see what I'm going to do. And I also have like a eyebrow brush or concealer brush for my eyebrows, so that way they don't move or go anywhere. Absolutely nowhere. I'm not trying to get them to move. So most of my makeup products are on this side. If you see me moving over to the side, I didn't have energy. I didn't. I don't get energy today. Move stuff around. So yeah, using Fawn and Chestnut. So these are my two go-to colors, and they're in they're by LA Girl Pro Concealer. Yeah, so I'm gonna put them on the back of my hand and just work with them the way I usually do. Just about that much for Fawn, and about the same size for Chestnut too as well. I don't do anything major most of the time. Once my eyebrow is done, the rest is history, honestly. Because I don't, these days I've noticed I just do more neutral looks than eyeshadow looks or whatever. So, but if you still got that, baby girl, knock it out the park. Knock it out the park. Once that is done, as you guys can see, I'm going to take a flat brush like so. A flat brush like this. And then I'm going to go into the Chestnut first. The Chestnut concealer, and I'm going to start off at the end. And then I'm going to do the other side like so. And start off at the end. That way, those two are right there. So on the other side, I'm going to use the Fawn. I'm just flipping my brush to the other side. And I'm going to go to the top part of my eyebrows. And then just get it right there. And just kind of connect the dots. And then once you're doing that, you're going to drag it down. So that way, it's not too, what's it called? Just up there. And that way, when you blend really nicely. I'm going to repeat this other side too. And you're following the arch shape of your eyebrows. That's why I said I don't do too much of my eyebrows. Just once I do this, it's gonna be lit. And that putting the Fawn and then the Chestnut below it, it helps create like a highlighted version of your eyebrows. So when you do this, it kind of works. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back into my Chestnut for the fronts. And I'm just gonna bring that in lightly. And I'm gonna also blend it in with the Fawn lightly, like so. Once I've done that, I'm gonna pull them down. Make sure, you know, it matches. And I'm gonna wipe off just a little bit of the excess Chestnuts off my brush. I'm gonna use that to clean the very top, very slightly. And yeah, that is how I do my eyebrow. And then I'm gonna blend with my blending brush and go back in and clean it up. So once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and take my blending brush, spray it with my e.l.f. mists. So that way it doesn't dry up my my concealer. And I can have a bit of control for it. beauty of makeup, basically, it's blending. You have to blend everything. Blend it. No matter what anybody tells you, blend it. So you see how that just looks so beautiful. So once I'm done blending to my satisfaction, I'm gonna go ahead and take the setting powder that I just used, and I'm going to immediately set that that eyebrow that I'm done with. So I'm gonna go ahead, but this time I don't use a brush. I use like this kind of soft thing, so that way I can have a bit more control over what I'm doing. And that's, my friends, is how you do it, bro. P.S. My brows doesn't always cooperate with me all the time. Let me know in the comment section if you always have that trouble too as well. So once that is done, I'm going to just slightly brush the top. Make sure everything's clean, and I will be back when I get my other eyebrows done so you guys can, you know, we can get this rolling. Both my eyebrows are done. Feel free to go back in if you feel your eyebrows aren't done correctly. Fill it out to your best ability, honestly. So learning your eyebrows is about learning like what you don't like. That's fine. What I did after like patting down my eyebrows is I went in with my the mascara looking thing. Is it the, I don't know what they call it. Yeah, it looks like the eyelash mascara thing. I went back in there and dipped that into my chestnut just a little bit and kind of feathered out the front so I don't have like a boxy eyebrow. No. So I just feathered it out, brushed it a little bit more, and played around with it till I was satisfied. What I like to do is I'm going to dab into a little of my Laura Mercier setting powder, and I'm going to go under my eyes, and I'm going to set that again. And I do not have any product under that, but I'm just setting it. I like to do this because I noticed that when I put concealer under my eyes, it creases a lot. So I'm gonna do this as an extra step. That way I am good. Okay. All right, so once I do that, I'm going to be putting dots of foundation around. I'm not gonna use a lot because I really don't like foundation like that. My Born This Way in Truffle and Revlon Color Stay makeup in Mocha. You know, it's the winter. You tend to get lighter during the winter, and during the summer you get darker. So I'm gonna mix that in my same hand that I'm using, and I'm gonna just go around where I'm going to be putting my foundation. I don't, like I said, I do not like to use a lot of foundation, but if you love the full coverage, be my guest. Like seriously, they look bomb, and if you can control it, be my guest too as well. So like I said, and I'm just so proud. Like most of the time, if you do like skincare, you don't have to really work super hard on your makeup. So take care of your skin, guys. Take care of your skin. Take care of your skin. So once that is done, I'm gonna spray my I'm using a brush. I'm gonna spray my brush, and I'm going to blend out my foundation, and whatever is left on my hand, I'm just gonna dab it in, so that way it's not too much for me. And sometimes you do have to like mix your foundation before you get the right shade. And if you notice, I'm not going right underneath my eyes because I don't want too much product under my eyes, if you get what I mean. I'm just going over the areas that I know I want my foundation to be. And for every liquid, you have to set it with powder. That's one thing that I've learned over the couple of years. doing my makeup. I'm on a time constraint, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with my powder, and I'm going to set my foundation. Once I can find my powder. So I use the Black Radiance pressed powder, and this is in Rich Mahogany. Just gonna take that and dab it on the spots that I put my foundation. Just to kind of set my foundation in place. And just so you know, I have tried, like, you know, doing my whole face before I do my eyebrows. I just feel the way I do this works better for me. I loved it when I tried my whole face before my eyebrows, but I'm just more comfortable, especially if I'm like rushing somewhere, and doing my eyebrows first. That way I know that the bulk of my makeup is done and I don't have to do too much. So once I do that, I'm going to just dab slightly in my translucent powder, very slightly, and I'm going to go over my entire face. And once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and take my makeup, my Max Fix is almost out. I'm going to spray my face. So next, for my next step I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my 1 shade or 2 shade eyeshadow. So I'm using the Juvia's chocolate palette, like this. This is what it looks like. I usually go between this or this for my neutral looks. Depends on how I'm feeling that particular, but I'm going with this for today because it has more brown, warm undertones, and it's matching what I'm going to wear. So brown it is, chocolate, very chocolatey. I love it. So the 2 colors I'm going to be going into, usually they have them. I'm going to be going into this color right here and this color right here. So the 2 right here, those are the 2 colors I'm going to be using. And this makeup is like super, super easy, breezy, simple makeup. I'm not going to be doing too much. Yes, a blending brush and a flat edge brush. So this is what my blending brush look like. And this is what my flat edge brush. This one is from e.l.f. and this one is from Juno & Co. Yes. So first I'm going to start with the blending brush, and I'm going to take the darker color outside the creases. I'm going to take the blending brush with my darkest color right here. Let me show you guys with this. And I'm going to be doing my outer corner first and working my way in because that's going to be my base color. And I'm going to go in like semicircles, semicircles, semicircles. Do you guys see that? How beautiful that looks. So I'm just going to keep blending. Blend till your hand falls off, honestly. And that is going to be like my transition colors slash. So I'm blending all the way to the top. If you guys see this. And keep going, keep going. And just keep going till you feel satisfied and you feel like there's no harsh lines. So one thing I'm just going to do is just going to go up with it. And as I drag it up, it gets lighter. And don't get heavy-handed on it too. So once that gets done, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to be satisfied. I'm going to take my flat edge brush. I'm going to go into that kind of orangey brown right here. And that's going to be on my eyelid color because that's the color I want on my eyelid. Just doing 2 layers of that. And with my blending brush, I'm going to go into that brown orangey color, kind of like burnt brown. And I'm going to use that as my transition color too as well. So you go to the very top, lightly brushing it through. Voila. And that's how you do it. That's how you do the 2 eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna repeat the same step I did over here in the same eye. Hopefully it makes sense this time again. I'm gonna go ahead and blend some more on both eyes till I am, like I said, satisfied with the achievement of the mix. Looking at it in the mirror, I am satisfied. My makeup doesn't I'm not a professional or whatever. I just try to do my best. Disclaimer. And that is all I'm doing for my eyeshadow. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it up using my translucent powder. I'm going to take a little bit of my translucent powder and I'm going to swipe underneath my eyes, so any fall off will be caught in my translucent powder. So once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and start highlighting and doing the whole 9 yards. So for the inner corners, I'm using my Flawn on that side, and for the center part I'm using Chestnut, and outer corner I'm still using Flawn, and this time I'm going to use it as this, and I'm going to go ahead and draw my line. And feel free to use the actual the actual stuff to do it. You don't have to use a brush or anything like that. I just, you know, like not to waste products, so whatever was left on my hand earlier, I just went in on that. So like I said, go right here, and that's it. And Chestnut goes in the middle, and then I like to just go right here and do this. Make sure every part that I want to be highlighted has it. And just in my sponge, I'm gonna bath it. It's gonna take a bath right there. And you're done with this, your palette, so you can put it up right now. So I'm going to go ahead and blend the life out of this, because why not? When I'm blending it, I just like to kind of take the bottom of my sponge and just go in so it can match my skin. I do a powder contour, so I need to worry about the liquid. So wherever I put my concealer, I'm just gonna straight up blend. I'm gonna put a little translucent powder on it. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. I'm tapping it in. I'm not like swiping or whatever. Do the other side too, like that. Dab it in till it kind of low-key blends to my skin. That's why you don't want to use too much. It's my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette, and this is in the dark to deep shade. This is what I use to contour and to sculpt, as I like to say. So I'm gonna get my my brush that I use to contour, It's a little angle brush. So I'm going to sculpt first with the lighter brown one and then contour with a darker brown one. That way it helps bronze my face up and bring some color back into it. So I'm going to put that first right here, kind of like dab it through real quick. That goes on very lightly. And I'm going to go around my perimeters as well. And it kind of acts as a bronzer for me. That's what it does. And then next, same brush, I'm going with my contour. This time I'm going to make it like fan-like shape. I'm going to press it like this. The brush is tired of me, so you know. And to just do my contour like so. And then repeat it on the other side. When I'm doing my contour, I do my fish face. I have my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. Going through my perimeters too as well. I'm going to blend that out. I don't like to use too much of this product, so all right. And then I use a small blending brush like this. It's from Elf, and I'm going to use that for my nose contour. Going to be mixing the brown sculpt one and the contour one. That way I have a bit more control over what I'm doing. And if you don't like to contour your nose or your face entirely, you can skip this step. So I'm gonna bring it into my eyebrows. We can look like a flowing river. I'm one person that you never used to contour, like never. I just go with the flow. But I noticed the difference after I tried it for the first time once. I was like, looks pretty interesting. And I kept doing it, and it's been good. So I'm just gonna blend that in, and then I'm gonna take my sponge and then go right down the middle on my nose, and then on the sides, so you can see the difference when I contour. And then finally, I'm going to take my powder brush without dabbing into my powder, my pressed powder, and I'm just going to go over everything lightly, like dabbing on it. And if you noticed earlier that I did not wipe away my the top part that I highlighted right here under my eyes, that is for a reason, because my powder is just gonna dab over it. Dabbing over my entire face, by the way. Once I've powdered my face to my satisfaction, I'm gonna take my MAC Fix Plus and just spray my entire face and just wait for it to dry. Be very generous. And shout out to whoever made hand fans. They are amazing. Once that is completely dry, I'm just going to go ahead and put some mascara on and pop in my eyelashes. But I will do that off camera, and I'll be right back so I can finish my entire face. Okay, guys, I am back, and I've done my eyelashes. I swear, I can't do this thing on camera. If not, I will miss a big time. Lashes, like, gave this look the ultimate showdown. So I'm going back in my Juvia's palette in the chocolate. I'm going to go into this color right here, into this beautiful color right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. This color right here, and I'm going to go in my underline my eyes because I don't feel like using, and I'm going to go a little bit up with the top two, going underneath my eyelashes at the bottom, and I'm going to just drag that along to kind of give it a smoky effect. So I'm just gonna put on both sides. It's still the same two shadows that I used earlier. I'm just giving that a little smokiness. Gonna drag that in because I'm not using any eyeliner. So that's gonna act as my eyeliner kind of. So once I do that, I'm going to take the darker one. So what I did was the darker one is outside, like from here to here. And then this lighter one is from here, and I'm going to drag that all the way to the front using my flathead brush, and I'm going to repeat on both sides till I am satisfied with the outcome. I'm using a little mirror to see what I'm doing so that way I don't mess up. And if you want to, you can use like a really flat edge brush like this. I'm just more comfortable with a flat edge brush. That way I can control what I put on my eyes. And after I'm done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and run some mascara over my lower lashes, and I should be done with my eyes. If not, I want to put like shimmers on the inner corners of my eyes. That way they brighten up and they don't look so dull. So go with this shimmer right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. And that's gonna go in the corner of my eyes so we can keep that neutral going on. Put this palette aside. Now I'm going to highlight with my Too Faced Canary Diamonds highlighter. If you know me, you know I love this highlight. I'm going to highlight using my Canary Diamonds. In this one, I'm going to highlight my cheekbones. I just love this highlighter. And I'm going to do the opposite side and straight down my nose. And one thing I like to highlight is my eyebrow bones. Just a quick swoop. And the magic comes in. This is my ColourPop blush right underneath my highlighter because I forgot to put my blush first before I put my highlighter. Typical. This is typically me. Like, honestly, I forget to use my blush most of the time because that highlighter, it does amazing. So for the blush, I'm using ColourPop in Cheerio. It's my favorite blush. I'm gonna go right underneath my highlighter. I'm just gonna dab, 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 dab. I don't want too much. And a new trick I learned is putting blush on my nose. TikTok people, you should know this by now. So, blush, blush, and right here in my middle. For my lips, I use a dark plum and a brown lip liner, and for the center, I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place Mademoiselle lipstick. And I'm going to go in with, you can go in with any colored lip gloss or clear lip gloss that you have. I'm just going to go with this that I got at like H&M or Forever 21, I can't remember. It's a lip gloss, pink chiffon. That's the color. I'm just going to go over that on my lips right now. Just for a glossier look. And once I'm done with that, so this is the finished look for my makeup. I'm gonna go change my shirt and I'll be right back. Okay? But don't forget to also spray your setting spray once you're done doing your makeup. Be very generous with the makeup setting spray. Okay guys, and that is all for my makeup look, and I am going out right now. I have this shirt on. It's so soft. And I'm wearing a pair of jeans with some sneakers because who got time for heels right now? But yeah, this is the finished product. Please let me know if you like it and want to see more of this. So thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, share, and also don't forget to hit that bell button on the side to let you know whenever I post another video like this or another content video that I'm going to be doing in the future. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Before I start rambling, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. I'll see you guys in my next video. All right, bye-bye.